Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss about tangent cam with reciprocating follower. Tangent cam is different from the cam which we have discussed earlier. It is the combination, or we can say the profile of the cam is the combination of curved surface and the straight lines. So let's start the discussion of tangent cam with reciprocating follower. So as we have discussed in earlier lessons about the profile of the cam, so profile of the cam we generally define on the basis of reciprocating motion of the follower, and reciprocating motion of the follower is generally represent the displacement of the follower. So first we draw the displacement diagram, then on the basis of displacement diagram we generally define the profile of the cam, and profile of the cam is completely curved surface. But in actual practice, the profile of the cam is not a completely curved surface. It is the combination of curved surface and the straight line. Straight lines are called flanks. So we can say it is the combination of curved surface and the flanks. And flanks are always tangential to the base circle of the cam. Cam has a minimum circle or one circle with minimum radius, so that is called the base circle. So if we have flanks, which is the straight line or straight part of the cam, so if the flank are straight and tangential to the base circle of the cam, so that particular cam is called tangent cam. So tangent cam we can define on the basis of position of flank. So this is the definition of tangential cam, and here you can see the diagram of the tangential cam. Here this is the actual profile of the cam. You can see this profile is representing the actual profile of the cam, which is the combination of curved surfaces and the straight line. Straight line are called flank, and curved surfaces we can define in the form of circle. So one is called the base circle and another is called the nose circle. So the bigger circle is called the base circle, or in the form of base circle we can define this bigger curve, and the smaller curve we generally define in the form of nose circle. So, and the lines which are joining these two curved surfaces are called the flank. These are the straight surface or straight line. So as I said about the tangent cam has a straight lines or straight surfaces called flank, which is straight and tangential to the base circle. So this is our base circle, and base circle has the minimum radius of the cam. This particular circle is representing the minimum radius or circle with minimum radius for the cam. But here this particular base circle is not representing the minimum radius. Here this nose circle is representing the minimum radius because of the straight profile and the curved surface. So this base circle we can say, from here we generally define the actual profile of the curve or the cam profile or the pitch curve when this cam is in contact with the follower, and here this cam is in contact with the roller follower. So here these flanks are tangent to this base circle and in straight form. That is why this particular cam is called tangent cam. So this is the basic description of tangent cam. So here is the terminology of this particular tangent cam. It has base circle, and the motion of the follower we generally define from the base circle only, and on the basis of the position of this follower and the position of the cam we generally define the cam profile as well as the pitch curve. So on the basis of this position, here we have roller follower which is in contact with the cam, and on the basis of motion of the follower, if this follower is in reciprocating motion and this cam is in rotating motion, so this particular cam will rotate with particular angle, or it will have some angular displacement. So on the basis of angular displacement of cam and reciprocating motion of the follower, we generally define the pitch curve. So the second term of this particular tangent cam is pitch curve. One is the base circle, second is pitch curve. And here the second curved surface, it is called nose. And the lines which are joining the nose, let us consider a circle for this curve with one radius. So here the lines or straight lines which are joining this nose surface or nose circle and the base circle are called flank. And here this overall profile is called the cam profile. So this is the basic terminology of the tangent cam. Now how we can define the velocity, acceleration and the displacement equation or the diagram for this particular tangent cam? Here I am going to define with the help of expression. Here I am not going to draw any diagram to define the velocity, acceleration and displacement. Here I will define all three terms with the help of equations. And this particular tangent cams are generally used in IC engine to operate inlet and exhaust valve. Now, if we want to define the displacement, velocity and acceleration for the tangent cam, which is having reciprocating roller follower, and the total motion we are defining with rotation of the tangent cam and reciprocating motion of the follower, which is the roller follower. So here this roller follower and this cam will be in higher pair, or these two surfaces are forming higher pair. So velocity, acceleration and displacement for this particular cam with reciprocating roller follower we generally define with the help of two conditions or two different positions of the follower. First condition is when roller has contact with the straight flank, and second condition when roller has contact with the nose. So here in this diagram you can see, if this is the initial position of the roller follower and this particular initial position we are considering for the cam, when cam is not in rotating condition and follower is not in reciprocating motion. In that case, this particular point is the contact point of the roller follower and the cam. In that case, this B is representing the center of the follower and O is representing the center of the cam. So this condition is representing the first condition, when this roller follower is in contact with the flank or over this flank surface. Now second condition, when the roller follower is in contact with the nose or nose curve or nose circle. So this particular position we will see, or velocity, displacement and acceleration for this condition we will see for the second part, that is when roller has contact with the nose. So one by one I will define the expression for displacement, velocity and acceleration for both conditions. So let's see first condition, when roller has contact with the straight flank. So here as you can see, this is our tangent cam. So it has curved surface and the flank, that is straight lines. So this curve is representing base curve, or the circle which is made with the help of this curve is called the base circle, and the center of the base circle we are considering here as O, and the center of the nose is represented by K, and here flanks length is represented by EG and PQ. So these 2 points E and G and P and Q are representing the length or position of the flank, and here this center O is representing center of the base circle and center K is representing the center of the nose circle, and here you can see the radius of all circle. So R1 is representing the radius of the base circle. R3 is representing radius of the nose circle, and this cam is in contact with the roller follower. So it is a roller follower, so it should have some radius. So if this is the roller, in that case, when the center of the cam or this base circle is O, in that case, this is the position of the follower, and point of contact for this follower and this cam we are considering point E. So the center of the follower will be B, and from this center we can define the radius of the follower, that is represented by R2. So here we have all three radius, R1, R2 and R3. R1 is the radius of the base circle, R2 is the radius of the follower, and R3 is the radius of the nose circle. So as I said, R1, R2 and R3 are the radius. R1 is the radius of the base circle, R2 is the radius of this follower, and R3 is the radius of the nose circle. Flank length we are defining as E, G and PQ, and O is the center of the base circle and K is the center of this particular nose circle. And if we want to define the distance between these two centers, so we can define this distance as R. So here we have these terms. Now another terms we can define in the form of angle, because cam is in rotating condition. So with the rotation of cam we can define the displacement in the follower. So here you can see different angles. So as you can see, when this cam is in starting position or it is not in rotation and the follower is also not in reciprocating motion, in that case the center of the follower will be B and center of the cam will be O, and the contact point is defined by point E. So this BEO will be a straight line, and this will be the initial position of the cam and the follower. Now, if we define the rotation of the cam from this particular initial position, so there are three rotation we are considering, or three angle. It is defined by alpha, phi and theta. So these three angles are defined. Alpha is representing semi angle of action of the cam, or we can say the angle of ascent for the upward motion of the follower. So this first angle is representing alpha. Second angle is theta. So theta is defined as the angle turned by cam from starting of the follower from the beginning of the follower. So here this is the initial position. So from this initial position, when the follower is going to start the reciprocating motion, in that case this cam will have some angular displacement. So that angular displacement from the beginning of the follower is defined by theta. And the third angle, it is the angle turned by the cam for the contact of roller with the straight flank or with the nose. So here you can see, when roller is in this particular position and if we are considering smaller angular displacement, and let us consider this smaller angular displacement is theta from the starting position of this roller follower. So after this theta angular displacement of the cam, the position of the roller follower will also change, and that position change is defined by this distance BC, or the center of the follower will change to C. In that case, this particular angle COB is defined as theta, or the angle turned by the cam from the initial or starting position of the follower. So this particular angle change or angular displacement of the cam is generally defining the displacement of the follower. Here first position was this at point B, And when the cam is rotating with angle theta, in that case, the second position of the follower, roller follower, is this at center C. So it is changing its position from B to C. So this particular displacement or reciprocating motion, this displacement because of the reciprocating motion of the roller follower, we generally define with the help of this angle theta. This theta is the angular displacement of the cam, and the displacement we can define it will be defined by OC minus OB, and it is denoted by X. So whatever displacement we are considering from position B to C, it will be defined from this initial position. Here, initial position of cam and the follower is defined by this line OB, and after angular displacement, the final position of the cam and this follower or roller follower is defined by OC. So the displacement of the follower during reciprocating motion is defined by OC minus OB. So here we have this triangle OBC. So we can define OC and OB with the help of this particular triangle. So if we want to define OC with this triangle OBC, so this OC will be OB by cos theta from the triangle. Now if we simplify this term, so it will be OB 1 by cos theta minus 1. Now if you see this length OB, so here this is our midpoint, point E. This particular point is point E. So this OE is representing radius R1 and this EB is representing radius R2. So this OB will be R1 plus R2. So this particular equation is representing displacement of the roller follower. With the help of this equation, we can define the displacement for the first condition when roller has contact with the straight flank. Now we have the equation for the displacement. So we can easily define the equation for the velocity as well as for the acceleration. Here this omega is representing the angular velocity of cam. So we can use this angular velocity of cam in this particular expression if we are solving the equation of velocity with the help of this displacement equation. So this is the general expression for the velocity of the roller follower. If we have the value of displacement x, so if we are differentiating this particular displacement with respect to time, in that case we can define the velocity, because this particular displacement is happening for a particular time period or in a particular time period. So if we want to define the velocity, so change in displacement with respect to time is define the velocity. So velocity of roller follower, it will be dx by dt. So if we differentiate this term, so we can get the expression for velocity. Now here if we split this term dx by dt into this term dx by d theta into d theta by dt. So we will differentiate this particular term x with respect to theta, and it will be multiplied by term d theta by dt. So this d theta by dt is representing the value of angular velocity of cam. Angular displacement of cam, we are considering theta. So this d theta by dt will represent angular velocity of cam. So here after differentiation, we will get this equation omega r1 plus r2 into sine theta by cos square theta. So here this is the equation of the velocity of the roller follower. Now if we want the expression for the maximum velocity of follower, so on the basis of value of theta we can define the maximum velocity of follower. At initial position, when theta is 0, or if we are not considering any angular displacement of cam, in that condition velocity will be 0. And if we are considering theta is at the maximum position, in that condition what will happen, if we want theta is at the maximum position, in that condition if we put this particular value, maximum value of theta, so if we are putting maximum value of theta, or if we are continuously increasing the value of theta, in that case the value of sine theta will continuously increase and value of cos theta will continuously decrease. In that case we can say, if we are continuously increasing the value of theta, this particular value sine theta by cos square theta will continuously increase. So here if we are considering the value of theta is maximum, in that case the value of velocity, or this equation here, this v is representing the velocity of the roller follower, so it will be maximum if theta is maximum, and theta is maximum when theta is equivalent to phi. So in this diagram you can see this angle COB is representing theta, and this is the initial angular displacement of the cam from initial position of the roller follower, which is at point E. Now you can see when this particular roller follower is reaching this particular position G of the flank, this point G, E is the initial point of the flank or starting point of the flank, and G is the end point of the flank. So when this particular roller follower is reaching this end point of the flank G, in that case the center of this roller follower is changing to D and contact point is changing to G, from E to G, and here from this particular point the nose surface is going to start. So this is the extreme position of the flank. In that case the angular displacement of the cam we are considering as phi, so this will be the maximum value of theta. So at this particular value, when phi equals to theta, the velocity of the roller follower will be maximum when this roller follower is rolling over this surface of the flank. So the maximum velocity equation will be omega r1 plus r2 sine phi by cos square phi when theta is equals to phi. Now we have the equation of the velocity or the maximum velocity. On the basis of this equation we can define the equation of acceleration. So acceleration of follower we can define as dv by dt, change in velocity with respect to time. So here we have this equation for the v, so we can easily define the equation of acceleration. So this will be our equation. We will split this dv by dt into two parts, change in velocity with respect to time. So it will be change in velocity with respect to theta into d theta by dt, where d theta by dt is omega. So our equation will be, if we are differentiating velocity equation with respect to theta, this particular equation. So here if we simplify this term, a dv by d theta into d theta by dt, so we have this equation for velocity. So we will simplify by differentiating this, so we will get this equation, and here this is the complete simplification, and the final equation is omega square r1 plus r2 into 2 minus cos square theta by cos 4 theta. So with the help of this equation we can define the value of acceleration of the roller follower, which is reciprocating and which is in contact with the tangent cam. And if we want to define the maximum and minimum condition of the acceleration, so as we know, where we consider maximum velocity, at that point the acceleration will be minimum, and at when the velocity is minimum, at that point acceleration is maximum, and on the basis of value of theta also we can define the maximum and minimum acceleration value. If we want minimum acceleration, so this particular value of cos theta, it should be maximum, and this value would be maximum when theta is equals to 0. So if this cos 4 theta or cos theta is maximum, in that case this total value 2 minus cos square theta by cos 4 theta, it would be minimum. So the acceleration value will be minimum, and if we want maximum acceleration, so this theta should be minimum only. In that case we can define the value or equation of maximum acceleration. So if we are finding out the minimum acceleration, so it will be a minimum, that is equals to omega square r1 plus r2. And the equation of maximum acceleration, it will be omega square r1 plus r2 into 2 minus cos square phi by cos 4 phi. At theta equals to phi, we will get maximum acceleration. So this is the equation. So this is the equation which is representing the acceleration of roller follower. So with the help of these equation, we can define the displacement, velocity and acceleration for the first condition. Now let's come to the second condition. So the second condition is when roller has contact with the nose. In first condition, we are considering the motion of the roller or the follower from E to G. E is the initial position of the follower and G is the final position of the follower for the first condition when it is rolling over this flank of the cam when cam is rotating. And here first cam will rotate with angle theta and the maximum angle we will consider as phi. This is for the first condition. Now if we are considering second condition, when this roller follower is reaching the point G, so from this point it will start contact with the nose curve or it will start contact with the nose circle. So when this roller has contact with the nose, in that case, how we can define the displacement, velocity and acceleration diagram for this particular condition for the roller follower. So here at that particular point when this roller follower has contact with the nose, so this point G we will consider initial point or initial position of the roller follower, and H we will consider is the point that is the apex of this nose as the maximum position of the follower because of its height. And here we have G and H as the point which is representing the contact point of the roller follower for two extreme position, for the initial position and for the final position. And here at initial position point G, when this roller follower is in contact with the cam, so the center of the roller is defined by point D and radius of the roller follower is R2. It will be as it is. Radius of the nose is R3 and radius of this base circle is R1. And here we are considering two center O and K. So O is the center of the base circle and K is the center of the nose. So the distance between these two centers we are representing as R. And as you can see here, this is the final position. So when this particular roller is at point G and after that if it is moving toward point H, in that case cam will also rotate with one angle. So at that particular point if we are considering the angular displacement of the cam is theta 1, this particular angle theta 1. So because of this angular displacement of cam, how we can define the displacement of the follower when the follower is in reciprocating motion. So when this cam is rotating with angle theta 1, in that case this follower will move or it will change its position or it will change its center from D to J and contact point is changing from G to H. But still center of the nose and center of the base circle will be constant at the initial stage only or at the constant state only. So here the center of the roller follower is changing from D to J, and the contact of the cam and the follower is changing from G to H because of this angle theta 1. So here we will do all the calculation on the basis of angle theta 1. So theta 1 we are considering from the center D, which is the initial position when roller has contact with cam at point G. So we will join point D and point O. So this particular line is representing the line which is joining point D and O. So from this particular position to the topmost position of the roller follower over the surface of the cam at point H on the basis of profile of cam. So this particular angle we will define as theta 1, and this particular theta 1 is representing the angular displacement of the cam when this roller follower is in contact with the nose surface or nose circle of the cam. So let's define the displacement, velocity and acceleration equation for this particular condition. Now as you can see in this diagram, O is the center of the base circle, K is the center of the nose circle, R1 is the radius of the base circle, R2 is the radius of the follower, and R3 is the radius of the nose circle. Now you can see here this particular KH, this is representing the radius of the nose circle and it is represented by R3, and HJ is representing the radius of the follower. So this JH plus HK we are defining as R2 plus R3. So this is defined by a particular length, that is L. So L is defining the summation of R2 plus R3 or total distance Kj. Now here we have all the positions for this particular condition and the angle theta 1. Now if we want to define the displacement of this roller follower from this position to this position, so it is defined by these two lines OD and OJ, similar to previous case. This is the initial position, OD is representing initial position and OJ is representing the final position of the follower at the topmost position. So displacement we can define as OJ minus OD. If it is denoted by X, so it will be OJ minus OD. Now we can split this OJ and OD into two parts as we have this line OD. So OA plus AD is defined as the OD and OJ is defined as OK and KJ, or we can also define as OH and JH. So here we have these equations which is representing the displacement OK plus KJ minus OA plus AD. So here we can define these terms OA and AD with the help of these two triangles OAK and ADK. First triangle is this with angle theta 1 and second triangle is this with angle beta. Beta angle is representing this angle KDB. So with the help of these two triangles we can define these two values. So here we have OK and KJ. So as we know, this OK is representing R and KJ is representing L. So it will be R plus L minus OA. So this OA we can define by this triangle OAK. So it will be OK cos theta 1 and this AD is defined as DK cos beta. So Here we have this equation for displacement of the roller follower. Now we will put these values. So this particular equation is representing the displacement equation or displacement of the roller follower when roller follower is in contact with the nose circle. Now if we further simplify this term, so if we want to define this particular value of AK, so here we have two triangles ADK and AOK, and this AK is the common line for these two triangles. So if we want to define the value of AK with this triangle and with this triangle, so both will be equivalent. So here is the simplification. So AK will be DK sine beta from the smaller triangle, and it will be OK sine theta 1 from the bigger triangle. And if we simplify this term, so L sine beta equals to R sine theta 1. Now here, if we consider this equation as equation 1, and if we square this equation on both the sides, so here is the simplification. If we have this equation L sine beta equals to R sine theta 1, and if we square this particular equation at both the side, and if we simplify this term, so we can define the value of L cos beta. Here sine square beta will be 1 minus cos square beta, and if we simplify this, so this is the complete simplification. So L cos beta will be L square minus R square sine square theta 1 to the power 1 by 2. And if we put this particular equation L cos beta in this equation of displacement, so the displacement equation will be, so the equation will be this: L plus R minus R cos theta 1 minus L square minus R square sine theta 1, and this particular term will be to the power 1 by 2. So this is our displacement. Now we have the equation of displacement, and if we want to define the equation of velocity, so what we will do, we will differentiate this x with respect to time. So this v will be dx by dt, and if we simplify this, so the equation will be dx by d theta 1 into d theta 1 by dt, because angular displacement we are considering as theta 1. Now we will further simplify this. We will differentiate this equation with respect to theta 1, and d theta 1 by dt will be the angular velocity of the cam. So here is the final equation of the velocity. After simplification, we will get this final equation of velocity for the second condition: omega r into sine theta 1 plus r sine 2 theta 1 by 2 L square minus R square sine square theta 1 to the power 1 by 2. So this is the equation of velocity. Now again, if we want to define the equation of acceleration, so we will differentiate this velocity with respect to time. So acceleration will be dv by dt, and it will be equals to dv by d theta 1 into d theta 1 by dt. So here this particular equation we will use to define the acceleration, change in velocity with respect to theta 1, and this d theta 1 by dt will be the angular velocity of cam. And the final equation for acceleration, so this is the final equation of acceleration: omega square r cos theta 1 plus L square cos 2 theta 1 plus r cube sine 4 theta 1 by L square minus R square sine square theta 1 to the power 3 by 2. So here is the equation of acceleration. here is the equation of velocity, and here is the equation of displacement for the roller follower when it is in contact with the nose circle. So by this way we can define displacement, velocity and acceleration of the follower when it is in contact with the tangent cam, when the follower is in reciprocating motion and tangent cam is having angular displacement. And these three terms we can also define in the form of graphs also. Thank you so much.